Hi, this is Paul. I'm going to do another news roundup. I did it 2 other times, so I'm going to do it one more time. I got the paper here, two papers, a New York Post and the Daily News. I buy those, every day when I go to work just to read them. So let's do news roundup. I'm just going to kind of randomly pick couple of news stories, and so let's go. Okay, the first one. Let's see. I'll start with the Daily News. And the first story, let me show you the covers. This one is Shock and Straw. That's about Mayor de Blasio. He's getting investigated for his campaign, financial thing. And then that's what's on there. And then, of course, on the Post, of course, which is a conservative newspaper, it says the Iran scam aid reveals how Obama lied to America. Dun dun dun. And then moment home nurse tied up elderly mom, mommy dearest. Basically, this story is about, I think, a woman that she set up a camera and monitor the home health aide, who basically turned her mother into a mummy by wrapping her up, really tight. Which is insane, but that's just totally insane. Anyway, let's go. First story. I'm going to say this. The first story that caught my eye was guard. I didn't duke him. Dun dun dun. Basically, this guard said he got, this is a guy who's probably Kanye West fire Steve Stanoulis, who basically, they said for basically talking to his wife, I guess while he was guarding, he basically said he took up a package to her, and I guess he's having a conversation with Kanye West saw it, and apparently he said Kanye West got extremely jealous and fired him. Now, I can understand because Kanye West is kind of nuts, but at the same time, this guy is, but I guess in a way, he's saying, the paparazzi went to his house to ask him. This guy's married and got a couple of kids, and so he says he's not trying to get with Kim. He's party guy at other famous people. So Kanye West is a nut anyway. He really is a nut. I still think the funniest moment ever was when Kanye West he walked into the pole where he was walking with his head down with his wife, and. And instead of looking up because the paparazzi was there, he was walking with his head down and he ran to to the pole. That was classic and hilarious. That should be put on a loop so you can just laugh over and over again. Oh yeah. Anyway, and this next story, let me pick up the de Blasio mess. But this story right here, New York NYPD nearly killed Biasby case versus Jews. Basically, this is a story about a guy he was a gay black gentleman who got assaulted. You can't see that well, but that's the guy. You can't see that picture that well close up. But he got assaulted. He's walking in where was it? Walking down Flushing Avenue in Williamsburg, December 2003, when he was set upon by a gang of men shouting anti-gay slurs because he's gay, and they basically stomped the crap out of him. And he basically got investigated, and there was witnesses there, and basically, the cops closed the case. They said there was no witnesses, but thankfully, this guy's mother was persistent, and they actually wound up arresting 4 guys. The cops actually closed the case, saying, what did they say? They said they actually closed the case. He said when the Pattersons went to the precinct, when they went to report it, they got passed around to different precincts, and then they finally settled at the 9th precinct, and then. The cops were given a copy of the police report and said the investigation was closed. The report inexplicably stated that there was only one attacker and noted Patterson was highly intoxicated, uncorroborative, and incoherent. So they were stunned. But thankfully, the mother was persistent and she pursued the case. And they finally arrested 4 guys. And it was actually they had witnesses. And so thankfully, thanks to the mother was persistent. And that's just the case of those cops, those particular cops that who was investigating being lazy. But thankfully, the mother was persistent, and thankfully, justice was served. 4 people that assaulted him were arrested. Okay, hold on. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, hold on. Oh yeah, I think I did want to talk about this. This is a story about This is the former Mexican president Vicente Fox, who basically said loses his cojones. I like that. But basically, they're saying that he at first when Trump said he's gonna build a wall, he said I'm not gonna pay for that freaking wall. I'm just centering myself. He should pay for it. He's got the money, but now he says, if I offended you, I'm sorry. Okay, so basically he backed down, I guess. And people are giving him crap for backing down. So, which I thought was funny. Loses. That's a great headline. Ex-president loses his cojones. Come on, come on. That's funny. Oh yeah, and this story, which, oh my God, this story. I gotta talk about this story. Chief Beef, ex-cop's Facebook rant. He's a sex creep. Basically, this story is about a woman, an ex-cop, who's basically she posted on Facebook that this chief was basically sleeping with pregnant women. Okay, chasing married women and girls around the department. What's wrong with this guy? Jeffrey loves pregnant girls, he says. And then she alleges her own romps with him, and basically what it is basically it's sour grapes. She retired from the police force, but basically, I guess she put him on blast, even though I think she was married. Yeah, she was married, and I guess subsequently got divorced, and she's basically accusing him of someone got my ex-husband fired and effed up my child support. Are you freaking for real? You first of all, you were married and sleeping with this guy, and basically they said this is basically she's too clingy. She's basically schizo, and she's posting all this stuff on Facebook about him liking this. Basically it sounds like she's bitter that she was basically his side piece, and I guess he didn't give her the attention that she wanted, and even though she was married, and and I guess the husband maybe he got fired by this guy, and maybe it was for something for real, or maybe it wasn't something real. Either way, I guess it screwed up her money because he wasn't a cop no more, so he couldn't pay her his child support. But meanwhile, she's posting it on Facebook, and you basically putting your business out there, and basically you're the other woman. Yeah. So I don't know. It's a simple thing. Okay, don't sleep with a married guy. You're married to somebody else. Don't sleep with a married guy. And why you blasting? And why people have this need to have verbal diarrhea on Facebook? They just love to put their business out on Facebook. This is insane. Let's see, one more last story for this, okay? Let's see, one last story. Should I go to the Post? Yeah, I'll go to the Post because everything else is. I'll go to the Post. Okay, Janet Jackson having which is, congratulations, Janet Jackson. She's having a kid, her first kid at 50. Thank you. Congratulations on you on that. But that's not what I want to talk about. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Manziel quarterback. Okay, hold on. Oh yeah. This is the story in the Post. Okay. The story I just told you about. This is the Post version of it. They got her in her uniform. The other picture in the Post in the Daily News didn't have her picture. Hold on. Let's see. Can I? So you can see, there you go. Big Chief Whoopi. There it is right there. New York NYPD Chief and Cop Sex Parole. But basically, like I said, it sounds like she was the other woman. So now, and she's putting him on blast. I guess either he broke up with her or they had a dispute, and then she was married, and then I guess the husband got fired, and she's just it's insane. People are just insane. Oh yeah. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's see. One last story. Oh yeah. All right, hold on. Not that. Hold on. One last story. Let's see if I can find that good story. Okay. No. Hold on. Oh yeah. Okay. I'll talk about this story. This is a feel-good story actually. This long time no Z, new hope for Chip stranded on island New York City lab. Basically, this is a story about a lab that was used in experiments and lab experiments, and they got rescued, and they got him and a bunch of other chips. They got put on an island because remember they were tested for all these diseases and all that stuff, so they had to keep them kind of separated. And basically, all the other family members died off, and he was like the only one left. And basically, he got rescued by, not rescued by, he gets he got this woman. She was like a doctor, and she was treating him and make sure, and and basically they're testing him to make sure that all the diseases and stuff that they inflicted on him are gone. And but basically he had to be in isolation by himself for like I think over 3 years, right? I think it was, they would drop food off for him and all that stuff, but he couldn't. They wouldn't put him with any other apes because they didn't want him, in case they wanted to make sure he's free. And now I think they're saying that he's free, he's disease free and all that stuff. And now they're gonna put him back with other chimps, which is a good thing for him because basically his only contact has been with these people that come occasionally drop off the food for him and stuff. And it's really quite sad that that put him through this. They I understand the need for for testing to make sure humans you get the best medical treatment, but look at that face. Look at that sad face. Come on, you gotta let him live out the rest of his years, in the company of other apes and stuff, so he can, it's really a shame that at the same time, you do have to test for these things, but the way they, it's just that apes are just, which are that much more removed from human beings, are just that give like you get it hits you on the feels. You want I read that story this morning on the train. I was going, Jesus, thankfully this doctor came into his life and she's been working with him, socializing, nourishing him, and providing frequent hugs. Exactly, having contact with him. Exactly. And his only other chum has been a villager on that island and who brings him water and bananas. And now they're gonna hopefully they're raising the money so they can actually put him with other chips so he can live out his life with other and hopefully, which is a good thing. So I'm happy for him. Okay, good for him. So that's it for my news roundup. I like doing these news roundups. I go through the paper and stuff. And so anyway, let me know what you think of these stories, these various stories in the news roundup. Feel free to leave comments down below. And if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button down below. And I'll keep doing these news rounds up every so often. Okay. And this is Paul saying so long and take care.